Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. The mental thought patterns form our experience. Both the good in our lives and the dis-ease are results of mental thought patterns that form our experiences. We have many thought patterns that produce good, positive results, and we enjoy these. But it's the negative thought patterns that produce uncomfortable, unrewarding experiences that we would be wise to consider changing, shifting, looking at our thoughts and deciding if we enjoy them, if they're good for us, if we prefer to think something different. Most of us, for most of our lives, have been taught to look around you at what's going on and judge if it's good or bad. And if it's bad, we feel bad. If it's good, yay, we enjoy it. What about looking at things differently, having a new perspective, shutting out the outside world for a few moments and deciding how you want to feel, and then think thoughts that are in alignment with that? That might sound ridiculous to you if you haven't heard anything like that before. But wouldn't it be wonderful to feel great, to feel good, to decide that you really want to make a change in your life and shift your thinking and figure out a way that you could feel good, and in feeling good, you could attract more of what feels good, what you really love, what you prefer? For every effect in our lives, there was a thought pattern that preceded it and maintains it. Our consistent thinking patterns create our experiences. Therefore, by changing our thinking patterns, we can change our experiences. We can change our outside circumstances. We can change what shows up in our lives. We can actually change the conditions and circumstances that we experience in life. Louise Hay wrote several books. One was Heal Your Body. And she says, what a joy it was when I first discovered the words metaphysical causations. Metaphysical causations. This describes the power in the words and thoughts that create experiences. This new awareness brought Louise an understanding of the connection between thoughts and the different parts of the body and physical problems. That's where she learned that she had unknowingly created disease in herself. Metaphysical causations, the power in the words and the thoughts that create experiences. So we can stop blaming life. We can stop blaming other people. We can stop looking at the circumstances and conditions and trying to push them away. Louise said she could now take full responsibility for her own health without either reproaching herself or feeling guilty. And she began to see how to avoid creating thought patterns of disease in the future. And we say disease, but what if you look at it hyphenated dis-ease, dis-ease in the body, dis-ease, discomfort, disintegration. When you think thoughts that are revolving around illness, depression, anxiety, sadness, envy, resentment, that manifests in dis-ease in your body, and that disintegrates the cells of your being, which turn to what we call diseases. The discomfort is based on, and the dis-ease is based on negative thinking patterns. And most of the time we're not even aware of negative thinking patterns because we've accepted them as true, as real, as natural, normal. And I want you to know that your natural, normal, true state of being is a homeostasis of joy and love and vital health. Perfect being. You were created perfectly. And then you were programmed to worry about the threats in your environment. You were programmed by people who love you to keep you safe. Look both ways before you cross the street. Watch out, that's hot. Don't talk to strangers. If you were programmed to be careful, to watch out for threats in the environment, which of course we all were to keep us safe from danger, that would have led you to believing the world is scary and bad and you need protection and you need to fight. But as we focused on negative thought patterns, that formed our life experience. It's just been a pattern, and we can do a pattern interrupt. We can relabel things. We can refocus our attention. We can look at leading our lives in the way we truly want them to be. It does take practice. It does take setting aside time to do this, setting aside time to relax, to get comfortable, to settle down that wild stallion of a body of yours that wants to jump and run and go do something. We're so programmed to do, be busy, to push and grind and get things done. Maybe you were taught that if you're just sitting around, you're lazy. Maybe you were taught that after you get all your work done, then you can relax, and the work is never done. If we believe what Louise Hay learned, and she says, it was a joy when she first discovered the words metaphysical causations. Metaphysical causations, the power in the words and thoughts that create experiences. So in order to permanently eliminate a condition that we don't want in our lives, we must dissolve the mental cause. But we don't know what the cause is because it's been programmed into us subconsciously, and it's been there for so long that we don't even realize that it's a negative thinking pattern. And in the past, those negative thinking patterns kept you safe. So don't beat yourself up and don't blame and criticize your loved ones who programmed you to be careful, to be productive, to watch out for traffic, to worry about strangers, to judge bad and evil. The criticism, anger, resentment, guilt, even though they've caused dis-ease in the body at one time, they served you. They stopped you from running out into the street, from getting hurt, from maybe some nefarious stranger. But now you can choose. You can choose your thoughts. You can choose how you want to feel. You can choose what kind of life you want to live. And it takes a little bit of practice, because in the subconscious programming, everything has become automatic. It might be 10 o'clock in the morning and you automatically grab for a cup of coffee or a cigarette because you've been doing it for so long. It's just a habit. It's automatic. And that is your subconscious mind just running the show. Your subconscious mind is in charge of 95 to 98% of your life. That's why you automatically do the same things every day. Most of what you do is great. It keeps you going. You don't have to think about brushing your teeth. You don't have to think about every muscle that's involved in picking up the toothbrush and the toothpaste and bringing it up to your mouth and brushing each tooth. You just do it. It's automatic. We have lots of things that are automatic that are good for us. But think about your negative thinking patterns that are automatic. Those are what I'm talking about, that we want to question, challenge, replace with positive thinking. Depending on how old you are and how long you've been thinking a thought, you might be thinking, I can't do that. It's too hard. That'll never work. I don't know how, so when I figure it out, then I'll be able to do that. That's not how it works. If we're looking at current results and current conditions and not liking that and trying to figure out how to change it, we end up getting stuck for a longer period of time because we're looking at the problem. We're focused on the problem. And you can't solve the problem from the same mindset that created the problem. So that leaves us starting to think, what do I want? If I had all the time and all the money, if somebody gave me a fortune, what would I do with it? If there was a genie and I rubbed the magic lamp and I could have 3 wishes, it doesn't matter if it's money or health or beautiful relationships. What is it that you truly desire? If you're looking at a situation in your life, a condition, a circumstance that is bothering you, yes, of course it's bothering you and you've acknowledged it, but now it's time to stop going around that problem, stop rehearsing it, stop practicing the same negative thoughts over and over and over. I want you to just pretend that the situation is resolved. If it's a relationship, I want you to think about what it feels like to be really happy. If it's been a long time since you've had a peaceful, caring, respectful, loving relationship, I don't want you to focus on the relationships that you do have. I want you to think about someone or something that you really, really care about, that you're passionately excited about. It might be travel, it might be artwork, it might be walking through a peaceful forest. Maybe you have or had a pet that you loved, and this pet would greet you at the door and jump all over you and lick your face and was always there to listen to your problems and to love you unconditionally. And you just felt total love. Maybe you have a parent, a grandparent, a child, a grandchild, someone that you love so much. When you think about them, it brings a beautiful smile to your face. Pull in that beautiful, loving energy. You might imagine God. You might imagine Holy Spirit. You might imagine just a person or a pet that brings a warm, loving peace throughout your entire being. Allow that to come into your conscious awareness. Allow that feeling to expand your heart, to have a warm glow flowing to and through your entire body. You might get a tingling sensation. It might feel like your heart is growing 3 times the size. I want you to just sit still and enjoy that feeling. Infinite love. You feel that love has no boundaries. If you can think of a loved one that has passed on and you loved them with all your heart, when you think of them, you can feel them with you. You can remember special times that you had together. Now, if you have a place that you want to go to, a purpose that you want to fulfill in your life, something that you really want to accomplish before you die. Do you have a really strong purpose that pulls you? For some people, it's being known worldwide, that they want to make an impact on the world. Think of someone like Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa. or artists like this picture from Van Gogh. If you see something in your mind's eye that you really want, maybe it's been a dream, maybe it's something that stirs your heart when you think about it, just like a loved one stirs your heart when you think about them. Think of all the fun that you've had with your loved one. Think of how tender the care is or has been. Think about how they would be talking to you if you shared your dream with them. They would think that was wonderful because that's what you really wanted. Not judging how it could happen, but just wishing that same thing for you that you really want to do or be or have. Get a clear picture of what it would be like. There's no boundaries, there's no limitations. The love that you have for a special person, you can feel it here and now, even though the person is not with you. They might have passed on, or they might be in another city or state. But the love is as real as if you're together. There are no boundaries, there are no limits, there is no time and space that stops you from thinking about loved ones or something that you feel you want to do, a purpose, a legacy that you want to leave. And when I say legacy, I'm not talking about a bag of money. I'm talking about what would you have people say about you? When you pass on, what would your loved ones say? This person was so kind and respectful and generous. They were always there to listen. They made sure that I was taken care of. They created something wonderful. And what is that something wonderful? Maybe it's just time that you started enjoying this life before you pass on. None of us knows how much time we have. If you were told that you had 1 year to live and you had unlimited funds, what would you experience before you leave this earth? Everything starts as an idea. When you have a beautiful idea, when you have a beautiful image in your mind, because we think in pictures, you could actually paint the picture that you see in your mind. Just like Van Gogh said, I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. So if every thought pattern precedes an effect in our life, and we want our life to be beautiful, happy, loving, enjoyable, what does that look like for you? Whether you're taking a trip with loved ones or living in your dream house or inventing something that changes the way the world does things, that you take away other people's frustrations because you created something that helps millions of people. Or you're just looking for some peace and quiet. What does that feel like? Let's take a deep breath in and enjoy the peace, enjoy the calm, enjoy the love. This only takes a couple of minutes to sit still, to close your eyes and block out some of the noise of the outside world. Let's spend 2 minutes just thinking about what you truly desire. Get clear on the picture in your mind and plant that seed in your heart and nurture it. Fall in love with the idea. As you fall in love with the idea of where you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to be living, not how you're going to get it, but what it feels like to be there now. You're calm, you're at peace, you're loved, you're respected. Set an intention that that's how you're going to act. That's who you're going to become. That's how you're going to be living your life. And it is such a beautiful picture. The point of power is always in the present moment. As you're sitting calmly and thinking about your beautiful life, you could decide, that's what I'm going to do. That's my goal. That's the destination. I am going there. There is a place. If you brought a beautiful picture to your mind, that's a destination. That's where you're going. You can decide, I'm going there. And as you do this more and more often and think about that place and understand that there is a place and you're here and you want to be there, it simply takes spending a few minutes going there in your mind, getting attached to it, every cell of your being, feeling that energy. And as that energy vibrates out from you, it emanates from every cell of your being. You're magnetized to things and people that have like energy. And that's how all the resources and the people and the situations and the opportunities come to you. And as you act on those opportunities, everything changes in your life. And you become the person that has the goal. You end up there. Wherever there is in your mind and in your heart, that is the coming attractions for your life. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. You might take some time to write down what you saw and practice being there every chance you have. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.